Test. 1, 2, 1, 2. They are hearing me. And you are live too. And now we're here. Sweet. Wow, I feel like I can hurl. Maybe my stereo is probably not loud enough. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
All right, well, not the best shot there, but that's are my magic.
So a lot of folks are in New York, sounds like. New York State. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah. Up. There we go. Something like that. Okay.
Loving the wildlife.
Yeah.
I like the long hair too. I'm voting solid 70s count.
From Arizona, sweet. Okay. Anne has already said hello. Hey, Anne.
Oh, cool.
How are you doing? I apologize for the late start tonight. To be honest, I just got a late jump. I didn't have any technical snafus. I just got a late jump on setting up. And, and the funny thing is tonight's promo is pretty bad. But I love doing the promos. Sometimes I have to knock them out really fast, but I really like doing them. And sometimes I like doing them too much. And by promos, I mean the thing behind me.
The image crafting.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of addictive. It really
is.
And there we go.
As are many things.
Yeah.
That is a really beautiful image, and I love it.
So anyway, I spent a little bit too much time working on it, even though it doesn't look like I spent that much time working on it. And let me make sure I've acknowledged everybody that has commented so far. Shane is here. Rita's here. Carla's here. Shelly's here. Rita, it's always nice when you can join live. And hi from Arizona. I think I saw Claire here earlier. I know that Jackie's here.
Mars.
There's Carla. Yeah.
There was also somebody earlier named Zeitgeist or something like that.
Amanda Crab. Sweet. Amanda, you're kind of like a super regular now. Zeitgeist is here. All right. And Jennifer's here. Okay. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Lindsay's here. Sweet.
Woo!
I really want to get back into acknowledging all of that. So, so I don't want to have much of a talk tonight. We're going to have a very kind of old school HoopPath practice, kind of a notes from my practice sort of thing. I'm super happy that whatever happened to me that made me decide to go and get back in or feel like I was up to hooping again every day. I'm so glad that I followed that. I'm now like on day, I don't know, 10 or 11. I don't know what it is, but I'm well past the sort of turning back point. I'm really digging it. I'm outside. I'm not getting stung. I'm getting some sun, like gentle sun, because I can only do it from this 1 hour in the day, and it's in the morning. So anyway, and then as far as like my long COVID struggles and all of that, that seems to be subsiding. I know might seem like that I'm getting I'm getting back in shape and I'm starting to feel better, and that those two things might be related to the long COVID, but I really don't think they are. Because there were a couple of times when I was really struggling where I tried to reinitiate the exercise and it put me right back into bed. So I do think that as much as like people like me don't like to rest, that the rest component of long COVID was something that I was neglecting. But who knows? I don't know. They don't know anything about long COVID anyway.
And I think there's something, about health is that it can kind of spiral down, and you might need some different kind of support, like, herbs or rest or a combination to start spiraling up again. But then it's kind of like the same things that can maybe trigger you spiraling down can boost you on the way back up when you're spiraling back to center and back to health.
Yeah, totally. I appreciate the long hair support. We don't know where this is going. Okay, so with that being said,
Team 70s.
by saying that it was going to be an old school HoopPath class, I plan on just kind of jumping around or sinking in. I know that sounds totally crazy, but that's kind of the way that I used to teach. If there was a technique that like we could just do a deep dive, the class wanted to go there, we would, and sometimes we would just kind of, hop around the different sort of ideas. But we're definitely going to start with a sway. And I'm really... Okay, looks like everything's working here. This is cool. All right. Yes, okay. Everything's still working. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we're going to just jump in and start swaying. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. As I mentioned in Saturday's class, I'm taking note this time about the things that I might be doing that maybe I could pass on to other hoopers if they want to reestablish their daily practice or a higher practice, a more often practice. And I don't know if this would work for everybody, but the word that's been coming up for me over the last 11, 12, 14 days, whatever it is now, has been allowance. When I first started teaching the HoopPath, there was a 3-word slogan that I used for a while, which was allow, acknowledge, ascend. And I still believe in that progression. When I get into my hoop practice, I allow the thoughts and the feelings to come. I acknowledge them, I say hello to some, I just wave to others. And by not fighting them, by not tussling with them or wrestling with them, my mind starts to float. It starts to take off in more peaceful directions. Audible breath in. Allow my body to feel a certain way. I acknowledge that it does feel a certain way. And then I ascend away from that feeling. Whatever caused the tightness I feel in my muscles, I'm not doing it now. However tight I feel now, I'm moving away from that tightness. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Okay.
Sorry for hitting that.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
Hey. I wanted to just give a plug for that kind of just it's almost a swaying movement in and of itself. This twist back and forth is just a really lovely way to loosen the spine at the beginning of class, and I'll just demonstrate it real quick. And something where you can just let your arms be completely free. It's just really nice, before you get in your hoop, loosening up the spine.
Nice. Actually, maybe we'll start with the little spine loosening right now. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think that's a great call. And I'm just going to load up.
Vote for loosening spines.
Yeah, we're going to loosen the spine. No, actually, we're going to do my exercise first, and then we'll do. Actually, not that you were suggesting exercise. We're going to do what I was really doing.
Not that it's a competition
Sorry.
or anything.
No. That's not what I meant. But I want to stick to this one idea because I've been trying to stay true to this a little bit more. So I'm trying to remember to like carry some of the themes and exercises from one class to the next class. So I want to do some samurai. I want to do some stretching with the hoop, and I'm going to bring that music, which I love, right back because of the droney stuff. And I'm not going to guide through this whole exercise, but I'm just going to give you a chance to like I've been doing this week, to stretch with your hoop. Yeah, we're doing hoop stretching. And what I invite you to consider okay. Right now, I'm using a slow pace so that I can sort of tiptoe kind of gingerly into areas that I might feel tight. And right now, I'm thinking of these tight spots as like hungry for fresh air, and that fresh air is the stretch. So I'm not, for me, envisioning the stretch as countering or battling the tightness. It's more like the food for the hungry. And then most of you, I'm sure, are aware of this, but how you orient the palms out or inward can really affect the sort of depth of a stretch, or can highlight it like a different nuance of a stretch. So if I'm doing point, I'm doing a double point kind of stretch thing with my arms, and I move that around. That feels different than if I'm in point position from not the palm point, but the back, the traditional point. That feels different. So I'm gonna bring the music up, not talk so much, but just see if you can feel some of the stuff I'm talking about. So I'm gonna bring that. Sorry, I'm gonna bring some of that back. It was actually Anne Humphreys that introduced me to the idea of an inner yogini. This inner guide to what your body needs, wants. And slow flow helps me find that inner yogini, that inner therapist, helper, guide. And when I find that tight spot, it's like that guide says, let's bring some air here. Okay. All right. And any thoughts before I go on?
I guess I was trying to mix it up a little bit and maybe stretch in a more dynamic way, because I feel like in my sway I spend a lot of time in these static stretches, which really feels good to me, because for me these sort of long static stretches at first really help to warm up and loosen. But then now that I'm loose, I was trying to stretch more into flow and movement, and I found that, no matter how simple, I could, just get some feeling out of it.
Guys, is this too dark? People in the comments. Is this too dark? I can't tell if this is too dark. It looks good on my TV right now, but I don't know if it looks good on your TV. If it's too dark, let me know. I'll turn it up.
I think it just it's a different palette tonight, because tonight's theme in the background is a little
exactly.
Edward Gorey-ish.
Yeah, totally. There we go. I'm even now. Okay. All right. So I want to do. I want to practice with what Anne was doing, or not with what Anne was doing, but Anne introduced this idea of the back and forth, side to side, and we have an exercise that we always do. Okay, sweet, Jordan. Thank you. Oh, and welcome, Jordan. Okay. Let's just do this then. Okay. So these side-to-side twisty things. And of course, if you've already found like a body flow with your body, you do not have to, do these exercises. That's the beauty of remote teaching. I have no idea. No one's offended if you go your own way. And of course, that applies to Anne too. If we were taking local classes, I would still be doing that.
And I just want to say, on that note, if you are OG and you want to mix this one up a little bit, you can do different finger combos. You're still doing the same move, but you can do pinkies like we've been doing recently, or you can do pinky and ring finger, or you can kind of switch it. That's an easy way to switch it up.
Yeah. So this is kind of what Ann is talking about. So this is this back and forth here. This is if I just do it on one finger or two fingers. I kind of like doing it on two fingers sometimes. Ann was talking about doing pinkies.
I tried to scream.
And then I think this will work. Maybe this will be kind of a good camera to show you the next sort of. Stop, you bastard. Just do your job. Just do your job. All right, so this is me down here. And then if I want to take this stretch back and forth here. So like Ann was saying, you know, she was liking doing this. It's kind of the same thing, right? If I want to bring it up, then I'm going to pull the hoop up just enough to get my elbow underneath it. And then I'm going to grip it from the inside and I'm going to stop it like this. And so it turns into this motion. So I'm down here and then I can come up here. And then we can start to add like passes to this, like if I want to go all the way around. Oops.
And noticing also that you're going from underhand, you know, overhand to underhand. Like that we started off with that overhand coming down into the hoop from over and then going underneath is the, you know, once you go above the elbow, then you're underneath the hoop.
If you
You
want,
can still interchange between the two.
if you want like a tricep type workout, like if you're feeling that, and you don't want to break. This is definitely dangerous to do inside, but you can try to spin the hoop around you as fast as you can, keeping your elbows to the side as close to your body as possible, or keeping your arms kind of as close to the body as possible. Yeah. So instead of me reaching way out here like that, I'm gonna push my chest out a little bit, try to keep my arms in. And it really doesn't take very long before you'll start to feel the burn. I mean, I feel it in my triceps. Then I can reverse that. Yeah, okay. I wasn't planning on going into this song, but let's just keep it here. I like this. So these are more of these side to side things. So these are essentially knock breaks. And you can't, like what we're doing essentially right now is I'm transferring from one hand to the other and knocking it on the core. If I keep the hoop on the same hand, then that's essentially a sticky knock. So these are sticky knocks here. And then you can, like, it's sort of hard to see. Let's see if the camera will help show it. But this is me doing a sticky knock. But then this is me trying to, you can't really see it, but I'm trying to move. You see how I'm kind of like moving the hoop with my hand here, but then also creating the knock. And I could go ahead and extend that all the way out and just throw a whole loop-de-loop in there. Or I can stop it. The more I turn with it, the sort of, you know, sharper or the greater the power when you bring it back around. And then I think this is a pretty good angle, so I'll show you. This is me reaching down into the hoop. This is me reaching up into the hoop. And then this is me adding like little like sort of knocks and breaks to that position. And I'm really just holding the hoop on like my wrist here. So I'm down here, I bring it up, and then I can get sticky with it and just start to knock it. This is if I turn away with the break. Bring it down. I used to love this one. Back when hooping was easy.
And there were like 25 moves, 50 moves, but max.
All right. I'm really digging this song, so we'll just stay here, practice with some back and forth. I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should try to do. Would you have any thoughts about where we should go? I have an idea. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's okay, drummer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where was? Oh, right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about doing these breaks from, or doing this type of stuff from inside. But I don't really want to. I don't really want to lose the thread too much, but actually, all right. So they'll be related. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about first. So, so we were doing these knocks from outside, so we're outside the hoop, and you can do the knocks from the inside of the hoop. They don't look exactly the same, or at least the way that I do them, they don't look the same. But can you see how I'm holding the hoop and I'm letting it collide here? And the secret is that really tight spin that sort of Ann opened the floor with, and then I'm sort of drilling down into now. This tight spin will kind of put some flight on the hoop. So if you don't necessarily feel what I'm talking about, you can just hold the hoop with your two hands here and just move back and forth, and then just let momentum sort of carry the hoop into your hands. The same thing, two-handed, whatever. Now I'm doing it with my thumbs up, I guess, my palms towards me. You could do palms away, but see how the palms away takes it off of my core? So that might be something for me to write down in my notebook, you know, like if I'm a beginner hooper, like, oh, okay, palms away, and I got a nice look in isolation here, palms towards, and I'm making knocks all over the place, right? Okay, let's try that with some music. I'm not sure this is, I think. Okay, here we go. Basically, we're gonna fly around with a cake with some bad guys. Oh, I don't know. I like that song, but that's not what I want to hear right now. Okay, so some more moments of this, giving you the straight-on angle of it. So this is kind of a knock break. Ann's doing it right now too. Now I can walk them down the body, which I, you know, if you're a beginner hooper, shit, I wasn't even a beginner hooper when I was doing that, but I used to like to walk them down. Now I can always cheat a little bit and apply a little bit of grip on this to flatten up my plane if I want to. Whenever I want to flatten the plane, I'm just going to turn it up. My hand is outside of the hoop when I am down here. And when I'm up here, my hand is inside the hoop. Well, actually, no, it's outside. It's always outside. Yeah, good question, Rita. Rita asked me which my hand on the inside or outside wall. So for me, doing these knocks, my thumb is on the inside, and my hand is just out of here. But there's a million different ways you can do this, or do something that looks like this. But like if I just keep it. I like this song. You know, despite the late start, I'm still having fun tonight.
Oh, I had a lot of fun.
You did?
Well, I love breaking. I mean, breaking has basically kind of always been my favorite thing. And I've really never stopped doing it, even when it went out of vogue.
Yeah.
But what I'm loving about thinking about percussion, you know, a lot of times with breaks of just thinking about, I don't know, it's hard to remember what was I, I was just so preoccupied with making contact with the hoop. But then after, breaking, developing a rhythm with it, and then being able to use percussion. And one of the things I was using that I encourage people to use if you're trying to do the knock breaks or, with your opposite hand, but you can also just push back as you break and kind of, it's a paddle from the outside. You can turn your break into a paddle and speed up as you're doing those series and sequences. And it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. All right. Good talk. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for shouting out the twist back.
Nice, Claire.
That's totally important too. Like the twist is a game changer.
Excuse me. No, that wasn't a burp.
That wasn't a burp, y'all.
No, that was a throat clear, which is equally gross, which is kind of not supposed to be done into a head mic, if possible. I know you guys have heard me burp a million times. I'm sorry for that. I really am. My heart goes out to you. Okay. So, where was I going to take us next? Yeah, I think I was going to go back to knocking. Oh, okay. I want to explore something. No, this is going to be hard, but this is so related to what we're doing. It's funny because this is something I wanted to, we've tried to do this before. This is hard. I'm not sure if Ann can do it. I think she can. But this is a fun technique to work on. And I'll show you first. Let's do the horrible close-up cam here. Okay. Okay.
Brought to you from your local Winn-Dixie.
Okay, so do you see how my hands are both on the inside wall of the hoop, right? And we want to create, what we're going to do is we're going to do these twisty break things off body, but we're going to use our hand on the other side to be a 2-point to stop the hoop. So what's going to happen is we're going to swing the hoop back and forth. And when my hands are in the middle, that my palms are probably going to be up, something like this. But when my hands get to the side, the hand that the hoop is going towards, what we call the PM hand, it's going to turn down. So this is a point technique, so it's going to turn down, and the other hand is going to turn up. And so it looks like this. And what's happening is that as I send the hoop back this way, this hand is going to turn down, and that's what stops the hand. Yeah, so what happens here is this is a momentum-based, this is very momentum-based, and so when I say that, what I mean is you can't really do this in slow motion. You have to kind of do it quickly. So here's the move. And I'll try to, this camera might be better than the close-up cam, I don't know. Yep, Ant's got it. The secret is the twist, because you need to have momentum, or you want momentum on the hoop, because the more momentum on the hoop, the flatter and cooler it's going to be. And the flatter and cooler it is, the easier it is to do this move. So you want momentum. So you want to use your arms and that big twist that we were just working on to fly the hoop out. Let's see, boom. Yeah, Anne's got it now. You've done this before, right? Though.
You doubted me. No, I've done it before, but it is a little counterintuitive, because it's the opposite of the kind of knock that we would normally do. But it feels really cool.
All right, let's. So let me show you what all this sort of means, and I'm gonna take you off camera for just a second. Oh, no. That is. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying that that's not the song that I meant to play. Yeah, well. All right, so do you see how this is oh, Rita got it. Sweet. So this is 2-point contact, and you see how the bottom hand is basically stopping it by being on the outside wall? It's the same concept here, in the same way that you've got 2 here. And so you can use this move to kind of help you transition. So like, let's say I'm here, I'm in this 2-point, I've been doing my hops, I like it. I can come out of it though, and then right back into a nice tight, nice hand. So let me show you sort of how this move works with everything we've been doing, because we're almost at free hoop time here. Oh, yeah. Actually, this one's kind of fun. Let's go back. What was I doing?
Well, I know that you're young, and I know you're naive. But you know
Shucks, I
that
just
you
lost
got
the
me
move.
sugar under your sleeve.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
Well, I know that you're young, and I know you're naive. But you know.
Okay, now this is going to be only for people. I'm not even going to teach this right now. I'm just going to show you this. I think I've showed you this before. But this move can be done from the inside of your hoop with you inside of it. And I'll show you what it looks like first, and then I'll try. It always takes me a second to find it, so just bear with me for a second. Here we go. Let's get. So I'm spinning around, and I'm going to stop the hoop. And now, do you see what I'm doing? So I'm doing the same technique. I don't know if we have a good camera for this. I'm doing the same technique, but this time I'm inside of it. And I'll be honest with you, it is very difficult until you find the timing. Once you find your timing with this, it's not as hard, but it definitely requires really quick turns. Do you see how I'm keeping the hoop off of me? And I'm not gripping it. I'm going from double point to double point. It's actually like if you pull one of these off, you'll probably feel it across the tops of your arms, like the tops of, I don't know, whatever you call the forearmer. All right. Okay, I think we'll just play with some of these things. Jackie got it. Sweet. Jackie got it. Nice, Ann. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to show you guys. This is super simple. But it's super simple, but this can open up some fun things too. You can just get used to this feeling of making contact with the back of your hand. But I'm just going to keep one hand sticky here. One hand stays sticky. The other hand's going to come up, push it back this way, and then push it back this way. You see how I'm switching across? Yep. Yeah, just like that. These are just ways to develop that twist better and that timing. And then once you get the timing of the quickness of the twist, your hoop will really jump off. I mean, I have a pretty heavy hoop here, and it's taking flight, just from the twist. Okay. And I think I'm just going to let it roll into the free hoop. Do you have any thoughts before we jump into that? Yeah?
I just really appreciate the opportunity to do breaking.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
My favorite.
Is it your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's kind of always been my favorite. Yeah. Just breaking on the shoulders. Breaking on the shoulders.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
actually, yeah. All right, one more little tidbit on that last move. If you weren't able to get it and you want to get it, we can invoke a little Ann Humphreys break style. So one way that you can develop that quickness is to do the Ann Humphreys hug break, basically. And if I start to, you can really see it from this angle, if I start to twist fast enough, my hoop is going to take flight behind me. So I don't have to really do anything with my arms, and if I just start turning fast enough, it's going to go. Now, of course, I can do stuff with my arms, and if you haven't done these sort of save the baby type breaks, they're fun too, right? So this is basically like the hug break that Ann's doing, but then I'm letting my arms go long. Hug break, let them go long, and then where I was bringing this up, related to what we were just doing, is that this break is almost similar. Like, see how close the hoop is staying to me? It's not quite a hug break, right? But it's pretty close. But that same twist, and actually you can see that, like, the better twist I get on it, the tighter the hoop stays. Boom. The easier it is to break. All right.
And these are also examples of the hug break, especially.
Oh no! Oh no!
Cheers. Bottoms up, guys.
All right, we're going to fix this right now, Ann. We are going to fix this right now.
But it's a great example of when you do the hug break, you are radically increasing the real estate of your breaking point. And that tends to help flatten out your breaks. That, when you're bringing your two hands together, your 2 points are making one big point. And that is something that can really help smooth out your breaks. And also when you're doing this kind of knock break with your opposite hand, and you're using, like, you can kind of spread out your hand. In other words,
could you tilt the mic just up a little?
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
You can create more space, create more of a breaking point by tilting your hand more to sideways, for example. So that's like a larger break point than just your hand vertically. So just seeing what feels good. Just another, suggestion.
Okay. All right. Nice suggestion. And I'd like to save the baby. Wow. Shelley learned from watching you guys go out. Move looks ugly for me, but feels awesome. Well, God, that's the story of my life. I mean, I think my hooping looks awesome, but it definitely feels awesome.
Look bad, feel good. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I would take feel awesome over look awesome any day of the week. Actually, in my life, when I look back at moments where I thought I looked the best, I felt the most miserable during those periods. I don't know why. Anyway, so let's just play some songs for Free Hoop here. And thank you. I will probably be here Saturday. I'm pretty sure that I will be teaching Saturday, most likely by myself. And
I will not be here Saturday.
And it's going to be gone the next two classes. Yeah.
I will be in New York until a week from Saturday, class-wise.
Sweet.
So I'll miss y'all.
All right. We will miss you. Yeah. That's tight.
Thank you.
Sweet. You have a gig. That's awesome. That's great news. Okay. Oh no. My SoundCloud is freaking out right now. Sweet, Lindsay. Thank you as always, Lindsay, for joining us. I really appreciate it. Okay, now it's playing. Okay. As always, guys, I appreciate the support, the donations. If you can't afford to donate, I appreciate the likes, the shares, the tags. All that stuff just helps people find out what we're doing. And I like that it's free, and it's free because some people do give, and I really appreciate those who can afford to and do. I really appreciate it. By the way, if you want this playlist, I will put this up right now. But hey, yeah, definitely. I appreciate you saying that, Megan. You know, I hope my message is clear here. I want to keep this free, and that's made possible by you guys. So anyway, have a good night. And anything to say before we fade to green here? Oh, there you go.
Love y'all. We'll miss you. And until a week from Saturday. Mwah.
All right, I'll be here on Saturday, by the way. Just Ed won't be here. All right, guys. Thank you, sir, very much. I'm going to let this whole song play. So actually, I think I'm going to keep hooping for this. But we'll do no more talking, and then we'll fade to green right after. Good night, Jennifer. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Megan, Claire, everybody that was here, Lindsay. Thanks a lot, y'all. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Nice head hooping and to end the night.